Hello, hello. Hello, hello. What's happening, guys? Fallen from OTB here. Coming at you. TH17. Oh god, this needs to be updated. Let me get this. There we go. There we go. Oh my god. Are we working? Are we working? Are we working? Yes, we are. Are we working?
We
Yes,
are
we are.
live.
It's been too long. Are we
We
working?
are
Yes, we are.
live.
It's been too long. Somebody's here. Someone. One lonely soul. We're going to get into some attacks here shortly. Just catching up with everything and making sure my sound works okay. And that I do believe it is. So we're putting together a little video of recent attacks going into the CWL week here. Very unpredictable. We've got children around. We got the crazy wife around, doing crazy things. But we're going to give it a shot and see who cares to show up, and we'll use this as a little bit of a reference going into the CWL week. We can only hope things are working well. A couple final touches here. All right, let's dive into it. Okay. All right, here we go. Sorry about the holdup, getting everything in order. Let's go over the most recent war. Let's go over clan info. OTB here, doing it up. We got us over 1,000 wins. We got some wins. We've had some pretty competitive wars, and you know, hopefully that TH16 attacks gets updated. That just goes to show how long it's been, actually. So, all right, let's get into the most recent war here, fellas. Which clan? Must be a smartass. Okay. Most recent war. Let's see what we got going on here, folks. Starting at the top as we usually do. SCP making a statement. SCP's been using a strat that is working. I mean, about as well as it possibly could. Just to lay it out there. Very effective. So we're starting with the Royal Champ here. We're walking along. We're using the Invis all the way along, taking care of the important stuff, and then we are going to we're gonna suck up the RC once the damage is done there in the core. Um, we're going back and forth here between the Invis, and there we go. We got that damage done, making a nice hole in the base. We got the arrow coming in, taking out those. Softening up those other defenses here along the way, and Queen is going to be able to push along the outside, hopefully without that single target Inferno locking on. Troops are all catching up, everything pushing forward. We've got the Root Riders coming in there, taking care of those front defenses, and a pretty straight shot forward here toward the TH. We have the freezes to deal with. We got the healers helping out, keeping things alive. We do have the poisons coming down from both the tower and the town hall right there. Everything busting through here into the core, very healthy still. We have a rage either for the core or for the back half of the base. Clan Castle popping, coming through here, coming to deal with some of those heavy outside defenses, also helping with the pathing along here. Troops are able to push through just fine. The enemy hero going down, and we've got the minion prince down there doing insane amounts of damage down bottom. A nice touch onto this type of a strat. And as you can tell, I mean, we've got that damage done. The E-Dragon up there cleaning up those ground defenses, so we have no real threat up there. And other than that, we're just pushing around the outside here, and we're looking beautiful while we're doing it. Hang tight, guys. We're going to keep up with these attacks here. So this base is going down. We're going to kind of speed through it. We're not going to be streaming long here tonight, just going to show as many attacks as we can in this period of time. But this attack is working. SCP is doing it right. Insane 3-star streak going for SCP right now. The man is unstoppable. So here goes Pat, another man who's very well known for similar strats like the Root Riders. And similar situation here going on as well, using those invis spells to counteract the invising back and forth to try and help out, get things pushing forward. Getting those heavy defenses down, and then sucking up the RC at the last second as soon as we're able to. Down, and then sucking up the RC. And there we go. So that pathing is set right there. We still have to be able to push everything into the heaviest part right here, which does get really scary. That's a lot of defenses right there. With support from those ice golems is going to be real tricky to deal with. Fortunately, the Root Riders are very slow, so they're not going to travel too far away to get, out of that zone. They are going to end up coming back in and dealing with everything underneath that rage right there. Pushing forward, each side has been carved out very nicely. King going around the outside, going to run into some issues here in just a second, but we do have those Root Riders coming around on the other side on bottom. Pushing in here, very healthy. The invis goes off once again, causing some real issues for those split troops, but Queen is there in the core. She's going to be able to deal with everything, and those troops are able to come back around and deal with the town hall. We do have the single target Inferno on the other side, but it's not going to be able to stop as long as there are a decent amount of troops making it through. Tornado Trap has been triggered, and pushing forward here. Root Riders are doing good still and always have been. RC's doing fantastic, and especially with that new equipment with the lightning boots is helping to destroy all those extra traps around the outside, doing that AoE damage there to the surrounding buildings, and really just A really good support. I'm yet to use it. A lot of people are enjoying it, so glad to hear about that. There we go. Base is down. Pat's got it down here. A fantastic strat. That is working oh so well. We got another SCP hitting number 3. SCP has been known to destroy a base or 10. Once again, we're seeing this strat working so very well. And RC there is going to be able to take out the single target Inferno and again those heavy defenses on this side, carving the path along. That's really what it's all about here, is getting those free kills, picking them up early, and getting RC, just getting the maximum use out of the RC while we can. We have 1 invis left. We can choose to either use that if we need to push further, or we're going to suck up the RC here, which is totally fine. Starting queen here along the outside. Pathing is going to work well, coming in with the P.E.K.K.A.s. And here come the Root Riders up the middle here. I do love the touch of how RC is able to move along with these troops. I think this is a fantastic way to use this strat right now. RC is able to just get the full use of getting rid of all those skellies, all those extra troops, and also helping to burn down those surrounding buildings too is just super useful. We're negating the whole side here with the root ride, or with the um, freezing up all those defenses. We'll deal with those later as we deal with the core here right now. Troops just pushing up the middle. You don't even need a rage for it if you don't want. Under the Warden ability, everything is invulnerable and also just healing up to full, so it's like just causing them to start over again. The Minion Prince, if I saw that correctly, did go down extremely quickly right there, but he is very squishy. That is just going to happen. Aside from that, we have all those heroes still sticking together right there. Sorry, the Minion Prince did not go down. It was some other things. I was just seeing things. So, a really cool thing is having the Minion Prince staying alive a little bit longer as well, with the help from the Phoenix. So that's something good to bring along with you if needed. And those last bits of base are down. Everything's going down here. We just have those leftover pieces over there. RC once again going to deal with everything. The hero of the day is the RC, doing incredible things. No matter how you use her, she is fantastic. Let's get some Tam involved here. Tam, a brilliant attacker. Always proclaimed one of the best attackers around. My goodness, is it fun to watch him do his thing. Are we noticing a pattern here, guys? Really the thing to learn here is however you're doing it, which right now it is very heavy with the RC getting in there to be able to take out these defenses under the all of the invis spells and with the abilities and things like that. But this is all about getting maximum usage of taking out those defenses early, not leaving things up to chance as much. We're really just creating a more structured way to get these extra defenses down first. This is step 1. We've carved out a hole in the middle of this base that I mean, he's literally carved through the base. It's only 15%, but those were all some of the heaviest defenses that we're able to clear out nice and easy. And now we really have one very clear U path to go here to take care of everything. So the setup is phenomenal. We have the queen starting on the side. Again, Tam very well known for his multiple healer style strats, which has worked since Town Hall 11, probably since he's been with us. So this has just been really, really powerful. And again, we're using these heroes and all of the ability that we have to take out these defenses in a safe way and secure way to just have to deal with simply less parts of the base later. We have everything spelled out in front of us with the pathing, and it's just that much easier to deal with. So, a brilliant job with the pathing, and So we are pushing forward here, going to deal with this town hall now at this point, and then we just have the other back end half of the base to go. Troops are absolutely healthy. We have used the Warden ability, but we're still sitting on the King and the RC ability with a freeze in the bag. So, I mean, this is already done. Without a doubt, this is over with. It seems now as if everyone is using this. The RC and those boots are just absolutely insane, and and that's just aside from the fact that they're able to deal with traps and just surrounding defenses and things like that. It's very, very powerful, and I feel wrong for have not for have not been using them throughout this period of time. Um, we swag the abilities and everything, so this is a very, very solid strat. It's working extremely well. Moving down to another pat attack. This is a top to bottom situation, guys. I'm not writing the script here. We're just going along with it. If there's anything we're learning today, it's definitely how to use this attack. At some point, if this is what we're continuing to see, I may end up moving on, and I might have to skip some bases just because, in the interest of trying other different strats and things like that. Enemy queen's going to go down. We have it's a lot of managing though. You have to make sure that that invis spell is counteracting with the invis fox. So we're coming in straight toward the town hall here. This is, in my opinion, this is going to be messy, but I think that this is one of the best ways to come at this base. So we are dealing with a lot of things here right now. We did get the monolith down. We got the town hall frozen up here. So things are going to be able to move forward pretty nicely. And an early ability, which is smart, we want to keep those troops alive. And by the time this town hall goes down, we're going to be sitting at full health on everything. So still plenty of the base to go, but very, very powerful start here with this. Some people attack from the side, some attack from the other end of the base. It really is all about what you see. It's your vision on these things. So those scatter shots are going to be frozen long enough to be taken down very quickly. Enemy king finally going to be going down. We have those the dual cannons there doing some crazy work, hitting multiple troops at one time. It's a lot of damage there, but still not enough to be able to keep up with just that force that's driving through there. Pekka dealing with everything else on the other side of the base. That worked out well as well. And we got us another dead base here. Pat, very strong attack coming through, making this thing happen. Excellent job, Pat. Continuing down, another TAM attack. Oh boy, we're still, okay. All right. I made the decision that this will be the last one that we watch of this because these attacks are so strong, but we just want to move on to other things as well. So another base, we're able to take care of those defenses nice and early, a little bit early on that. I don't know if that was intended or not. Oh, it does go down. That's fine. I'm also not seeing clearly. We're going to deal with that town hall. Free kill on that. A little bit to deal with here. CC troops come out. We're starting getting those troops pushed to the outside here so we can deal with them, most likely with Queen, I imagine. Look at all these invis strats, guys. Holy cow. No wonder why they want to nerf all this stuff, huh? King starting up top with the healer support down bottom. Okay, so we are going Queen here on the outside. So those CC troops have been drawn off to the outside, and we'll just have to simply deal with those later. In the interest of the pathing right here, obviously we're trying to push through the core without, too much resistance. Queen does just that. Queen is phenomenal, and she's going to be able to sit there and tank all day with that healer support. As all the other troops go up the middle here, we do have to deal with, some heavier defenses here as we're getting into the core, but really it's under control. It's been controlled the whole time.
Healer support, once again, keeping everything nice and alive. The Warden ability probably going to be going off soon here under that Rage. Smart idea to use that now. Warden stays with the main troops, get everything nice and healed up, and remaining invulnerable for the time. The final problem spot down here, really, other than the RC, we are looking absolutely fine here going forward. Still have the King ability and RC. And again, this is just a very much of like a U shape with control. If we're able to cut a hole in the core, we just work our way around the outside of the base, or like an L shape around. So you're not having to deal with all the defenses at one time. It's just bits and pieces at a time. The strength and numbers of those troops are going to be able to withstand those defenses pieces at a time. And everything goes through. This is a triple. Okay, so we've seen how that strat works. Thor. Let's get Thor up in here. Thor going with the air attack, and I absolutely love the Dragon Riders. For such a long time now, has been one of my favorite, absolute favorite attacks to use. Starting out by carving that path here with the Royal Champ, getting those defenses down nice and early. And we have 10 invis spells. So we are going to just completely try and take care of this Royal Champ to get through all these defenses here as effectively as possible. It's always so tough with those placements too. I find myself constantly guilty of not being able to keep up or time things as correctly. Keep in mind we're doing that AoE damage as well with the RC, so we're safely destroying those defenses that have the lower HP around there. We're safely destroying. And Town Hall goes down, and now we're starting to think about the other portion of the attack. RC is about to go down, and the job has been done. If we can get that last, there we go. Poison Tower down. We have that L shape that's left to deal with right here, so very, very strong ability to get these troops in there and just really work in a line with everything. We've got the air puffer that we're going to have to deal with. Hopefully, we're going to be able to avoid it and get around the outside. We've got the early ability, the stone slammer coming in as well. Lots of things are happening at one time here and very quickly. And it's under the Warden Rage. So isn't that something to make you happy? The Warden Rage is just fantastic for troops like those Dragon Riders, as they are very quick moving. They're just going to be able to puncture through those defenses that much quicker. Though you're not getting that speed increase. Again, they're fast troops, so things like hogs and things like that would really benefit from this. Just a lot of damage in a very short amount of time. And look how crushed this is just by just getting through here. The Yetis are going to be tanking everything and assisting with the damage. Plenty of cleanup troops. Heroes are alive. Everything is looking beautiful, and Thor has absolutely demolished this base. This base is done. An excellent job by Thor and a very fun strat. I absolutely love how that's working. The 10 invis, this is the meta right now. It's very, very strong seeing this. Warlock, my goodness, Tam, I'm so sorry. We're going to move on to Fresh. He's an old member, but he's just rejoined us after a nice break. He is using dragons right now. Very standard, old school strat right here coming in. Starting with that queen around the outside, dealing with those, I assume it was the air sweepers. Yes, air sweepers down. A good shot right there. Setting up that pathing again so we don't have to waste the pathing of the dragons, getting the baby dragons in there to deal with that. Very clearly we'll be able to head right up the core here. And things are going to be looking pretty good as King is able to move around the outside as well and just kind of lock in any threat around the outside. Queen got sucked up and now is supporting as well. And different angle, same idea. We have a straight shot ahead here so those troops can move forward. And lots and lots of damage early coming in here as we're using that ability. Everything is going invuln, and we're going to be able to take out all those heavy defenses before those troops are even going to be vulnerable again. We bombed the core right here. A significant bomb. That is a lot of loons right there. Holy cow, this is fun. What a fun attack when you don't have to worry about the town hall exploding all of your troops in the core here. So I absolutely love to see this. Very effective attack. Everything that's left is down bottom as you start to see the troops fizzle out a tiny bit because they did kind of get separated. It's just still so many dragons are there. We got Dragon Rider support coming in here too. It's over before it began. Very strong attack still, and love to see the air. It's something I root for constantly because it's just not as common now. Frankly, it's not as powerful as a lot of the ground attacks are right now, but I intend on using air here very shortly once I get my minion prints finished. We're on the last level, so we're going to get in there and try that some more. Moving up, number 11, that's another TAM attack. Ant, I think, has been using a similar attack, but in the interest of getting him in here, we got to see some Ant. So we're looking at another very similar strat using the RC here. Yeah, we got everything that we're expecting. Very typical style base. So this is a very you can relate to this base very well. We're expecting very. So this is a very you starting out around the outside, just seeing what we're working with here. So this is interesting. We're starting a kill squad here with the minion prince, and this is like this is some next level kind of stuff right here because Minion Prince is going to be able to also add on to the amount of damage, lots of damage coming through, and right there using the ability, we're bombing the core right there. With the two working together, we're able to push into the base a lot more safely, and then we're sucking up both heroes with the new upgrade to that, the recall. We're going to be able to get both those heroes back in. No extra troops with them. Things are working really well though. And sorry, a little break in the action here. All right, we're pushing up the core here right now. So we're pushing under. We got the invis coming through into the core here. My little guy is watching here as well. Wonderful. All right, and we're busting through, and we've got those root riders there able to help clear out the core. For everything else to push through, invis towers do go up, but this is not even a threat because the amount of troops up right now is absolutely insane. We're taking down those heavy defenses, and we're getting into that final portion of the base at an extremely high amount of troops right here. It's just overwhelming for a base like this. I love the spear throwers. Pushing around the outside, they're able to reach all those extra buildings. They have the extra range on them, so that's very powerful for a cleanup troop, I think, among many things. I think they're very underutilized for that, and they do make they're tanky enough as well to be they can handle a couple defenses, so that's really good for them. Stir Fry, yo, welcome. Thank you for coming in. Ant gets it done right here. Joe Cool. We got to get him in here involved as well, using the drag loon attack. We got a nice core right there to be able to take out, and we're witnessing it all here. So we're going to be able to get some decent value here. Well, we got that down. One of the air puffers went out, so does that mean we're going to start up top? I don't know. I don't know exactly what direction this is going. It's been a while since I've used air, so I don't even know what I've been doing these days. Just the most random stuff. And yeah, it happens. You go through those phases, you know. So we're going to suck that up, and what are we going to start up here? 11 o'clock, 12. Okay, King's going to be able to bust through right there. Queen is going to come in supporting here behind. This is going to work out just fine. You know, people have been back and forth right now, so and kind of quiet tonight. So I don't know. Quite a few people stopped in already. I don't know. They just got better things to do on a Friday night. I definitely can't blame them. So that's okay. I'm gonna get this done with it. I'm gonna drink. I hardly ever do. So as soon as I'm done recording here, which is probably in the next 20 minutes or so, it's gonna be drinky time. Everyone else just pop it in just to make sure it's actually me and not like some AI bot or something recording. Pushing everything around again, you got that U shape to deal with. Same thing applies with those dragons and other air troops. They work around just the same. Plenty of troops around to, get things swinging. Archer Queen getting it done here on the other side. And it kind of slows down. That's how dragons work, right? But still is just nothing that's going to be able to stop them. Not enough damage to stop them for what's left here. So I realize as I'm recording this, drink, yeah, yeah, I know Stu. Hello, man. That's the thing. The blimp bombs are so effective now that it's really punishing to stack all those defenses in the core. Like it used to be such a strong something you just couldn't be able to deal with, but yeah, you sure can now. We're Stu. How convenient. So we're gonna get a stew attack in here, and once again the invis. So that's been kind of the joke of this video, and which is hilarious for me. And I've been watching everyone's attacks and everything, but I didn't realize exactly how many of us have been using this strategy, and it's kind of tough. It makes it really tough to record because it's just the same thing over again. It's like absolute proof that it works, but at the same time is like kind of kind of rough because it's like I want to see new attacks and try new things here, and also this is all for educational purposes. So it's either you love it or you don't. Using this strat, clearly it's working so well, but it's all that we've been seeing so far. So it's a little bit tough on the recording aspect of things. So look at that RC able to take care of that whole 6 o'clock area right there, just about as easy as it is. Starting everything else here right now, the main attack is going to come in. We have a very clear L path here to get those defenses taken care of. Still some pretty heavy defenses that are up right now, but with that heal support, we got RC, we got all those abilities. Shouldn't be a problem. King should be able to avoid the single target Inferno as well, no problem. Under the Rage, we got the Root Riders able to bust through much quicker and really just get this attack going so Queen can kind of help try and support. I guess King did decide to bang on the wall. We've got just the end of the world happening up there for the King. Poor guy. Sacrificed himself to get rid of that single target Inferno. That worked just fine. One freeze in the bag, which I imagine we're going to use as soon or very shortly after this invuln is up. There we go. Things are going to push in at full health here into this last quadrant of the base. Tesla trap on the outside, no problem. And getting in those last second hero abilities as well. Absolutely crushed. My goodness, is this attack working so well. Again, I've seen it, but I haven't had the opportunity to just continue to use it the way that these guys have been able to. I haven't even tried the boots yet. That's my fault. I probably would see so much more success if I did do it. But at the same time, we kind of preach about everyone having a very specialty attack that they can use on the given base. We got so many people using this strat. If too many more people use it, it's just going to be a drought of bases. So we've shown fresh. Equinox is probably doing the same. What's Equinox doing? Oh my goodness, he's got the throwers. Yes, see, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, and you can't show this stuff on YouTube also because the people find out and then everyone's using it. It's like you got to be like it's a kept secret type of a situation here. So I love the throwers. I'm glad that they're still working. If Equinox is using them, then you have to support the fact that they are powerful. Because he is a man in charge of using very strong attacks and stays on top of that type of stuff. So and they are really really good as opposed to super witches that in my opinion go I want to say that they go slower, even though the typical attack time is usually quicker for super witches compared to the throwers. But throwers just seem to kind of come in with more of a bang to them. King is taking the world's amount of pain right there, tanking for everything out in front, but we have plenty of healers behind to help support this. And we're getting to the core here, and we're going to have a plan. We do have a jump to be able to get out of the core. It's going to be very essential here as things are still moving forward. Also using the invis spells to make sure and keep those troops safe. That's another big situation. You'll see them tend to get out ahead a lot of the time. You'll also notice that he's not using the baby warden for support because they will get out ahead of the throwers and die first. So you don't want that. We have the jump into the last portion of the base right here. I forgot if I was talking about this, but we like to use the invis to take away from those defenses that might be stuck on the throwers. The throwers might be getting out of range, so it's a lot more effective to just kind of reset the defenses on new targets. So that's why we're bringing the invis. And a beautiful attack. Equinox getting that business done. And a drum attack. Let's go, drum. Yeah, they do, don't they? The throwers really they act on their own because they have such a long range. And if you think about it, on a strategic viewpoint, with the heavier range, it's a bigger opportunity or bigger chance for them to go stray and just run off and do their own thing. So that makes it very annoying to have to deal with. Um, so Drum, huge kudos to Drum. He is also using this attack. I know he has been using it a little bit right now, but it's really cool to see this attack work so well um, with everyone. So Boltana, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming by. Um, Once again, we're dealing with this. So we did lose the RC in there. That's the biggest thing I'm afraid of personally. Things move so quickly, and you have to be so on top of all that. It's can be a little stressful here sometimes. We've got the healer support with the root riders pushing in. Lots of rage here, so we can make sure that those healers do stay on top of keeping track of those root riders and keeping everything nice and healthy. Early warden ability right here on the heavy defenses, especially the cannon. That is so many problems for ground troops. And we've got a very effective start here getting into the base. Things are going around the outside just a little bit, but we do have enough support up the core to get a lot of those defenses down. Really, there's not much left of the core, so it's very, very strong to get those through there. Just add a nice invis right down there, just as it fits. We got one more invis in the bag, typically for something like an RC or something that's pushing around the outside to help with. Good to pocket these things. In this case, it's whatever. We're getting into the last portion of the base right now, and this thing's already looking done. King takes care of business. King does have a second opportunity to stay alive, as it is stuck on those skellies. That's super annoying to have to deal with too, right? King is going to help and be able to get rid of those Teslas as those last troops are able to move forward. We are looking beautiful. This attack is working so well. Definitely something to put in the bag there. Okay. Um, this is turning into this strat. Barb King, let's go. Let's do it. Air attacks, guys. We're seeing it here. So this is the last attack from this war I'm going to show. I'm going to try and gonna try and get the other war, the one that we ended up tying, because that was a much more competitive war. So I think a lot better bases I think to look at. So I know, man, it's just confusing. You know, the title, clickbait. It's clickbait. This is a clan war attacks, so we'll stick with the technicalities here. So we we're able to shave everything off. We can start with those dragons. We have the help from the Warden Rage, able to push everything forward here. A really quick blimp bomb here that, or we can get those loons going crazy in the core of the base right now. And everything's going to explode and bust the whole base open as the other troops are able to push up the core here. Look how everything is just kind of spread amongst the whole base here, just overwhelming each portion of the base. Not too thin of troops on either side. It's just enough to be able to take care of everything. So that is very strong. Yep, no invis spell. Hero of the day, the man not using invis. Oh, that's what I like to see. Look at that, loons expiring. Attack, you know an attack is strong when your loons are expiring on you. You also know that there's no bomb in the middle of the town hall in the core of the base either when those loons are still alive. So that's also really good news there for that. Fantastic. Let's get over to the other war that we ended up tying. That clan was crazy. Get something going here. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We'll go back and see the prior war. This one was wild. We had quite a matchup here. Oh my goodness, and I'm in here? Oh, was this the one I kind of screwed up? Let's find out. So this attack, I'm brand new. I'm still so new that I'm making errors that are not smart of me to make. But yeah, yes, I lost my warden here. I made terrible decisions. Um, Died way too soon. Wait, did I? Yeah, this was terrible. So they had to go in all the way. So those healers, I had to save those healers by like freezing this or something just to keep things alive. This was a mess, but obviously we got it done. Those this is all this is me panicking, sending all those super witches, which now I've realized that I'm one of the only people that use super witches still, and so that's weird. I'm way behind the times, but we're still be able to kill some bases with this. This was super annoying. I did this attack in the last war and got a 1-star because that invis screwed everything over. Everything went around the town hall. In this case, everything was able to come back just because of how the troops got stuck there for a second. They were able to come back and deal with everything. But this attack is absolute chaos that's going on right now. But it still works. You know, I sell myself short, but yeah, this is an absolute chaos of an attack. RC is able to get in there, get plenty of work done in the middle, finally going down right there, pushing around the outside. Everything is looking good. We do have the extra support there on the RC to make sure she stays alive, and we have a queen ability still. So after all of that, we're still able to salvage a queen ability here at the end. I don't know what that was. Don't even know. Uh, there's no real way to tell what's happening, but the things you realize when you come back and do these recordings and like even after you know what's happening. Oh no, this is when the update was, guys. I'm not going to be able to play most of these attacks, I don't think. Oh no. Joe, all right. maybe this will work out better than I thought because I really don't have that much more time. So I was aiming for 45 minutes. We were at that point. So just whatever we get here. Air attacks. So two things I'm learning. Invis and RC, best attack in the world, going to be nerfed terribly sooner than later. And air attacks, unsung heroes. They fell behind originally in after like the initial release of TH17. And keep in mind, any attack can work if you know how to do it right. So, with that being said, though, the meta is far away from air attacks. La Loon and things like that have always been super popular, but when we are talking about dragons or drag loon, now when we're adding the ability to do the blimp bombs, um, yeah, stir fry does that sounds wicked right now. When we're adding the blimp bombs into the equation, that's very strong. It's way stronger than it used to be, and I think we need to be able to keep that in mind. How exactly strong that is now, because you used to not be able to get away with it. There were rules against it. You had to make it work, your own way. So either way, I'm rambling. Starting out in the corners, pushing everything forward. This is as smart as it gets here. You still have to have a lot of strategy using dragons. You can't just send them. In a lot of older attacks, you could just send them and just hope for the best. In this particular case, you really do have to get them pathing, or else they just move a little bit too slow, even as strong as they are. So we have in mind. Notice he was placing the clone spell kind of going around the outside, and that's smart. You want to be able to send them to the weak sides of the base, so your main troops can be able to move up and either have some support or better pathing, or just a smarter way of going about it. Here, once again, you see that dragon split just because of how the base was set up, and that ended up working perfectly because as long as you get like a decent split of even troops, just enough to deal with either side, you're not losing troops unnecessarily and things like that. So this base is dead. Boy, I sure hope we're able to see some more attacks with this stupid update. I think that's so lame that you can't watch replays of attacks. I mean, like, why? They happen. So if it's recording it in a war, you should be able to see it beyond that. Um, in this case, we got one of those in Thor. Nope. Zega. Oh no, this is a disaster. Joe, hello. We used too many attacks early in the war that it didn't catch up when we needed it to. It didn't catch up on that overnight update. So we are able to snipe one of those plus the air defenses. So that's a really good use of that. Joe's going to be able to push with that queen, probably up to the monolith, or yeah, better yet, around the outside here. Makes me wonder, are we sending dragons right at the town hall here? I'm not quite sure. Queen's going to be taking a lot of damage. We got to make some decisions here in just a second. Going to be taking a lot of. Yep. So where are we going to go? Up here, down here. Okay, up top. So we are going to push them toward the monolith. Yep. So that's cool. Yeah, you got to get that. You got to have a plan for that. Monoliths sitting on the back end are it's just rough business, man. So fortunately, all those troops are going to be healed up here once again. We're going to get that monolith down without a problem. We are going to be bombing that core, and we're definitely going to be taking care of a lot of these heavy defenses that we usually would think are quite an issue. We didn't have that pop, but we were able to use the clones for those other troops. So the dragons strong going up the core here. Still, Town Hall is not that big of a threat as it used to be, so there's not much of an issue getting that down eventually. It's not going to be just cooking all those troops nearby. Um, if anything, compared to Town Hall 16, my goodness, it's so much easier. I'll go for the extra HP any day to bring down the Town Hall. It's just not as strong. Yeah, that was crazy too. I'm assuming that he either popped. It seemed like he popped that blimp on purpose right there, but at the same time, it's like if the blimp made it there, you would just assume that it would want to get to the town hall. But maybe it was actually a better idea to take out those other defenses where they did. So that worked out well. And proof, dragons are just so powerful. Terminator, oh good, I was hoping we could do this. Yes, we got Terminator involved now, guys. Newest member. This guy is absolutely slamming bases, and we are still we're checking out his style strats as well, which we're using the druids. Thank goodness we got a druid guy. This strat is an old favorite of mine. I had used it until druids got nerfed. This was the strat to use, at least for me. I was so proud of it, and the day that druids got nerfed, which I still stand by the fact that druids did not deserve to get nerfed, and if they had to be nerfed, they should have only been nerfed about half as much as they did. They're still strong when used correctly, but essentially they're basically useless these days for as much as they're being used. So, and again, that's just use of player strats. It's just not as popular. That's so sad. I do agree that they were maybe a little bit too strong back when used with the root riders, but the whole strat here is to push everything around the outside with that healer support. This is very, very much one of those strats where you're overpowering bits and pieces of the base at a time. You're just going in a big circle. You're able to take out anything with range, with like your RC, your queen, everything like that. Druids, when they pop about 20, 30 seconds into the attack, they are just literally running out in front as tanks, which now they're, what was that, 50% less tanky. Maybe I'll agree with that, but I don't think that their healing should have been nerfed, and the amount of time until they turned into the bears. I completely disagree with how they did that. So it's working here though. King and Queen ability still up. We have the back end, the barbs able to take care of any troops around the outside. I used to do the blimp bomb version of this. It worked so well, which that kind of got nerfed as well. So it's just like my version is dead, but clearly this is able to take over and do some great work. We got barbs in the pocket here. Fantastic attack, looks beautiful. Love the attack. You can still use it on a lot of different bases, and especially for if it's one or two people using this strat in a war, that's super powerful. So fantastic. Let's just randomly show a warlock attack here. Um, so we're invising the RC. This is the strat. It's back again, guys. I absolutely love the amount of accounts that we have in our wars using this strat. Um, I am so afraid of the inevitable nerf we're going to see. Sooner than later, I can only imagine. They've been doing recent changes, now, but I mean, this is like a root rider thing all over again. Except at least this requires skill, and I think that's something a lot of people can be proud of. Is you can't just get away with just free sending troops, like how you would with root riders. It's just not it's not fair, and it's not really fun. There's no like enjoyment other than like, oh, I got another 3-star. Now let's wait 2 days until the next war so we can get 6 more stars. What Tam is doing is he's using multiple layers on this attack, and that's what makes his attack so strong and powerful, literally since as far back as I can remember, TH11, 12. He's hitting from multiple fronts at one time and just creating a lot going on for those defenses to have to deal with. He's negating those defenses before they even become a problem for the main attack. So here we got the clan castle coming in. We have all of those late healers I don't know if that was the intention. He usually uses most of those healers earlier, but here we got the Town Hall going down just a second. Lots of defenses still to deal with. So, but we got the King able to bust all those walls open, soften all those other defenses up. No bomb on the Town Hall. That's going to help out significantly. And those Root Riders are just able to stay ahead and keep everything tanking. Um, the the rest of the troops just kind of bunched up together. Queen taking care of a few things there. Fizzling out a little bit, but you know, this is an advanced base, and that's going to happen. Very impressive showing, Tam. Always getting it done right here. Okay. Also like the clan castle with the that's my two favorite things, the throwers and um, Yetis. For whatever reason, I was expecting no, he was running those the Velks with the main group, but I do like Velks in the CC as well. Very strong. He got it again. He got it again. Did we get? Nope. Okay. Ziga. Nope. Oh goodness, guys. We are. We're out. We're out of things. Oh goodness. This is new. Please. Oh, thank goodness we get new in here. All right. New has been known for the hybrid. He's loved the hogs and miners. He's used them forever. Now we're doing dragons these days, so that's excellent as well. We have so many more dragon attacks than I thought, but either way, that was really cool. So we got the early ability.